get their supplies? Clearly not. Another godstone. Godstone for Ingrid, goddess of knowledge, looks on as the caravan takes a much needed rest. Eva shoos some children away from a solitary dredge slinger lying dead beneath the stone. Should we be worried about that? You ask Eva, pointing to the dredge body. I don't think so, he replies. Still, couldn't let have a few guards look around. Hours pass without warning. Inspect the godstone. Ingrid's godstone is carved with ancient runes which don't make much sense to you, though Avent tells you some of the menders have deciphered them. How the menders learned the language of the gods. Past the largest stone, a long series of slabs contain more writing all the way down the hill. The odd thing he tells you is that the writing occasionally changes depending on who is reading it. Usually it describes the history of the gods, but it can be about nearly any topic. Sadly, Avent doesn't know how to read it himself. Do you know, kid? He says. Back up and move on. As you're readying to depart, you hear screams from near the main godstone. Same boys so curious about the dead dredge before are shrieking and pointing. For a moment you think it must not have been dead, but then you see that they have opened a wrapping that was in the dredge's hand. Wait, says Eva, his arm across your chest. Shouldn't be seen. Get everyone away. A chill sweeps over you. The lead pushes past and gasps. Stop, shouts Eva. The curious onlookers have already seen it. Oh fuck, what have they seen? Leave it. On the ground before the dead slinger is a small stony figure. Its hand searching for something it can't find. That's a baby. Dredge is a woman. You've been killing women. You've been slaughtering women and children this whole time. Leaving them to die. In a war, it's only the males who fight. You've been fighting these dredge the whole way. Why are women with children on their backs attacking us? They're not invading, they're running. Everyone stops dead in their tracks. The entire caravan is gathered around, aghast. When I spoke to Juno, she told me something was coming. She didn't know what. A darkness, something black is covering the world, and the dredge are running from it, just as we are running from them. The serpent, the quake, it's all the beginning of the end. Eva, you knew. Why? Why didn't you say something? Certainly not saying the top option. It's not the time. I don't want them to think I don't give a crap about this being answered. When I was young, I killed one of the Sunda during the Second Great War. God did raise. Every time we would build our defense, it would flatten them and push us back again. I became separated from the rest of the Val and stumbled upon Ray's deep in a snowstorm. Alone, she was nursing. I threw my axe, it twisted in the wind. My son died in her arms. She was so pathetic, kneeling in the snow. She didn't even try to stop me when I took her head. That's how I killed Tasunda. When I found my way to Grofheim, the Val wanted to make me Kenta, next to be king. I left, walked until I ended up in Skogar. And no one knew what I had done. The only sound is the wind blowing through the trees. Doesn't really answer the question, though. For a long time, nobody says a thing until a baby breaks the silence. A child breaks the silence. What do we do with the baby? She asks. A lump forms in your throat, looking at the small obsidian creature squirming before you. Jesus. Take it with us, they're gonna come after, but if it's been here for... Yeah, fuck it, it's come with us. You argue strongly for showing mercy and humanity. Some of the women in the caravan hesitantly agree to take in the dredge infant, while others are furious about bringing it along. Not long afterward, one of the women comes to you. Its swaddling was being held by this, she says, giving you a hairpin that looks distinctly undredge-like. An inscription on the silver almost slips your notice. They're severe. From the goddess herself, if you ask me, the woman tells you. I got an item out of it, and I'm gonna have enraged people. Yeah. I want me a dredge on my side. If they're just trying to get away from the darkness, then surely. God, I'm running out of supplies really fast. Well, not really fast. Is there an unhappier face than red? Unhappy face. I'm sure we're about to find out. Walking, the words of a mother's song reach you. It's soothing, nuanced, and about your current journey. When she finishes, a man begins a tale of his own in verse. A woman quickly responds with another poem, and the entire caravan slows to listen to the entertaining competition. Stop with the slowing down! The whole caravan is shocked when the first line of your poem rings out. You mimic both contestants, adding your own spin on their tales. At last, you end with a joke at your own expense. The peasants wildly applaud. Hey! Not Red Frowny Face anymore. There's Sigrholm. We're not gonna make it before I run out of supplies. Shit. Oh no, we've got a day left of supplies. That should mean...
As Sigrholm approaches, we fear the worst. The once calm lake surrounding it now looks like a bowl that has been flipped. Proud homes sinking into muddy water. A side effect of the quake. What has the rest of the world become on the other side of those mountains?
I thought that meant I had another day left. Clearly no. Yeah, clearly it's the day I'm on. People are just sitting on the roofs. Okay. One catastrophe to another, says Oddleaf as you pull into Sigrholm. The town appears to be sinking into the lake. Townspeople peek from dark windows and makeshift hovels further up the hill. No, says Avent, looking frantic. Where is she? Runs to the front of the caravan, looking out over the water. Juno isn't here, and you get a creeping feeling you're not welcome either. Going upriver looks out of the question. The beach is bare, aside from the occasional skeleton of a ruined fishing boat. You reluctantly set up camp in the sinking town. Please tell me their supplies. Please. Please. What I'm saying is, how long are you willing to wait? While taking stock of caravan, you've inadvertently walked into a debate between Oddleif and Avent. As long as we need to. I think to get out of here, I don't feel good about this place. I was wrong. Something doesn't feel right. People here are staring at us like those vultures in the waste. Sorry, Avind. I think Godleaf is right. I saw a man. The whole time we were setting up, he was just watching me. In a creepy way. And how long before the dredge find us here? Juno will come. Just give it a little more time. Rook, listen to me. I need you to trust me on this. Why you give me these choices? And then wants to speak. Well, I'm going to... Gee. Noun gets me. Not very much. But 6 days worth of supplies. Fuck. That ain't right. Okay, let's go and speak to Nim first then. Nid. I don't know if we've ever spoken. I'm Nid. You're Rook. I know. We've actually been travelling together for a long time. Isn't it strange how you can be so close to people and not know them? Every day I pass people I swear I've never seen before. I wanted to thank you for letting me join you. You've always been such a good shot. Honestly, I never even tried before Godleaf made me. Spent my whole life making clothes, cleaning. Godleaf's good, but I don't think it was all her doing. It feels right. I just look where I want it to go. Anyway, I feel better. The caravan, the people worrying all day and making problems. Sometimes they really stew in their misery. I'm glad I can do something to be helpful. Where are you from? I don't think you're from Skogger. I knew most of the people there. No, I had a house in Frostfeather, but we were driven out when the dredge started to show up. My husband died trying to protect our home. My sons and I were thrown out into the fields. Sorry. Eccle's men killed my husband. Now Eccle is travelling with us. For a long time I was angry. Why did he get to live? Why did you decide for the rest of us? You look away momentarily, not sure what to say. But I've let it go. I have 3 sons and I don't want them to grow up with hatred in their hearts. That's why I wanted to thank you. Don't think anything of it. We all have our own problems to deal with. Let me know if you need me to put an arrow in something. She returns to her tent where her boys are waiting for her. You're really worried about her, aren't you? What? Oh, Juno. Worried doesn't begin to describe it. If she doesn't find us here or something has happened to her, are you sure what you saw was real? It could have been a dream or, I don't know, you were pretty exhausted. I don't know, to be honest. I'm not sure anymore. Everything is a blur. Don't tell the others I said that. I have to hope it wasn't a dream. What does it like to be a mentor? Being a mentor? I guess I never really thought about it like that. It's just part of me. They knew very young that I would join the order. Born into it, you could say. My mother and father, both benders. The guild is for lots of people now. Builders and healers. Do they all pull lightning out of the sky? No, that's not normal. It's one of the reasons I know Juno. She's one of the council. She helps me control things like this, so we don't end up scaring people. How exactly does weaving work, anyway? Well, the hardest part is usually seeing the threads. Everything is part of the tapestry. It's made of threads woven together. If you can see the threads, you can manipulate them. I don't know how to explain it, really. It's like trying to play a harp with invisible strings. Look at my staff, for example. Some menders carve intricate patterns in the wood to help them remember the shapes of... like I said, how to explain. Why is Bill were still following us? I saw Grofheim as it burned. Evan gets a far-away look in his eyes. The cinder blew through it like a tempest. The fire fell in the thousands. Most of the cinder left the city and headed south. Who knows where they are now? They might be destroying every town they come to, or heading toward Arberang. Bellower stayed in Grofheim, just for the sport of it, I think. As we fled to Einertoft, I thought he must want to wipe the fire off the map completely. Then he came after us. Maybe he knew Eva was the one who killed Reyes. Maybe, but let's just make sure he doesn't catch up. Think this is the end times? I don't know what to think. I wish I could give you a better answer. Even if we escaped the dredge, that serpent said that darkness was covering the world. We don't know how long that will take, or what it means even. I'm just trying to solve one problem at a time. The Menders are in Arberang. We can find ships and make it to the capital. We might have a chance. It won't take any more time. No, it's okay, Rook. I appreciate the talk. It's good to stay grounded. I spend all day worrying about serpents or Sunder. I think a lot of people are intimidated, or scared maybe, of me. Don't worry, it's nothing new. I'm used to it. Maybe sometime we can talk about things that don't include the world ending. Scuffle has broken out in front of the houses. Thief! Shouts one of your people as a group of strangers flees from your camp. Oddleaf is already running their direction. They took our supplies, you hear from nearby. Wander onto a beach where some men have been waiting for you. Some terse words are exchanged about whether anything had been stolen or not. You don't see who draws the first weapon, but it stops the conversation cold. Right, I'll let out you go. I'm with Ned. One stress resist. You're the rank 3 though. What the? Very keen on this layout. Gonna get to wreck them with event first, that's good. To 7 you go. To 1 you go. So there you should be able to. There we go. Ja. Calm yourself. That didn't do anywhere near as much as I thought it would. Spark, it's gonna help. get in. Okay. He's all the renown. He's all your supplies. Beaver and Onif. The thieves scatter pretty quickly when you start laying into them, but when you return to the caravan you discover why even more supplies have gone missing since you rushed out to fight. I did then. I tried to talk to the motherfucker.